Hi guys!
So one of the main benefits of a wax chain for me is how easy it is to deal with when you get back from like a wet ride. So rather than having to get your brush and worry about trying to get your chain clean, which you're never realistically going to be able to do with degreasers, using lots of products, which is obviously not bad for the environment, it's expensive, takes time, it's faff. I'll show you how easy it is to deal with your wax chain after you get back from a wet ride. So step one, that's good because it goes blue. Step one, switch on the kettle, which takes about a second.
So one important tool which are very cheap, I think they're about £2-3 or something on chain reaction, is one of these just to get your chain on and off. Now some people will tell you that we're using quick links, it's dodgy, but it's complete bollocks. I do it about multiple times a week, multiple bites of the same chain link. I've been doing it for years and I have no issues. So just find the quick link, there we go. So, and then you pop your chain off like this. There you go, make sure you take off the links. Get out of there. So this chain isn't actually on this occasion, make sure I don't use the links. On this occasion you can see the chain, it's not even that bad, but I just wanted to show you the video, but it could be worse. But we'll play it on the safe side. So you can see there's a bit of dirt on the chain there, a bit of water's got in. To be honest, I probably would have been fine to just ride on that tomorrow, but just for this I'm going to show you how we deal. We give it a rinse of boiling water and we'll get it extra clean before we put it back in the wax pot. So just slam it in the bucket like that. Got our boiling water. Pour that on. We give it a jiggle. Good opportunity to work your hips as well. Get the hip range of motion in. Practice your dance moves, whatever. So you can see already getting a lot of the spuriel off that. So we just do a good rinse. A minute or so, you can see that's getting pretty clean already. Just loving that, it's just melting off the wax and all the contamination alongside it. And then for best results, I just do it twice. So just give it a bit more water. Give that another flush. Okay, so we've done with rinsing the chain there. So just carefully tip all the water out. So you might want to have some rubber gloves on for this because the chain can get quite hot, being in boiling water obviously, but not too bad there. So then, if you can get at least a relatively clean rag, what are these called? Microfiber cloth, and then just dry the chain clean. Dry your chain dry thoroughly. That should be it. So we just dried the chain now, and as you can see, that is cleaner than a brand new chain, just for rinsing it with boiling water. And what's important is when you use a chain cleaning tool, or traditional like brush and toothbrush, or with degreasers, what tends to happen is you can sort of polish the side of these links, but you're not actually getting into the rollers, which is really what matters, is what's really going to cause erosion and faster drivetrain losses, which is what costs you money, costs the environment, and costs you watts out on the road. As you can see in between the rollers there, it's absolutely immaculate, and this chain has been used for a lot of training, and that, yeah, just reset to that just by a rinse of boiling water. And what's also really great is, you'll notice here, take a look at my cassette. So when you start using a wax chain, you realise that a lot of what's actually causing a lot of the dirt that's hard to get off. So once you start using a wax chain, you realise that a lot of what's causing all the dirt and the gunk on your bike is wet lube is one of the worst things, and that just attracts the dirt and the contamination, and that's what's wearing out your drivetrain components faster. That's what's costing you watts, and that's what's costing the environment by having to constantly clean with degreasers and constantly reapplying the lube all the time. So this shouldn't be, the rest of the bike should be pretty easy to just wash off and get reset to clean after this wet and muddy ride. So now we've got our nice clean and dry chain. We can if we don't particularly, if we've got no rush for our next ride with the chain, we can just leave it, just keep it dry. So now we've got our chain dry and clean, there's no particular rush to re-wax it, we can do it at our own will. So easy enough just to pop it in there, and then when you are ready to re-wax it, you just switch it on, put the slow cooker on to medium or at low. Where's that? That's not on. Then so when you're ready to switch the slow cooker on, switch it on. Leave it on the low setting, go and do something fun for an hour, then come back, give it a bit of a jiggle,